Hi, I'm Chef Mark from the Tree of Life Center US in beautiful Patagonia, Arizona. I'm here to give you a short lesson on knife safety, knife skills. And first we're going to start with the basic knife, a Santoku or chef knife. And one of the most important things is your grip. I have my thumb here. Some people want to put their finger here. I like to hold it like this. And then it's the motion that you really want to keep your tip on the board for safety. This is the first step. And then you work on a rocky motion. And that rocky motion we kind of call the choo-choo train. So it's chugga-chugga choo-choo. And you're going along and you kind of get this motion. That's the first step. And then the next step is, we kind of call it the claw. It's like an eagle's claw. You have it's down, it's solid. And then you can see right here, I'm using this knuckle, or you can use this knuckle. And then you've got the choo-choo train going, and as you're cutting, and the knife never gets near your fingers, but these fingernails are always tucked. You don't want to slip out like this because you could chop it off. So you're always using your knuckles and going through. So now we're going to actually try it with a carrot. And the first thing you want to do with your knife is what I call the choo-choo train. So you're going to, it's this rocking motion, forward and back. So it's kind of like an old locomotive, chugga chugga choo-choo. The other thing is, like when you're picking up a product, is the claw, kind of like an eagle's claw. So you're coming down, you're grabbing your product, and you've got a solid grip on it. So we're going to go here, we're going to cut the end of the carrot off, put that to the other side. We're going to cut a small piece, so you'll notice knuckles are here, I'm safe, and I'm cutting through. Put the carrot off to the side. So the most important thing when you're cutting for knife safety is having a base. So this is the first cut. So I'm putting the tip of the knife here, I'm using the two fingers here, my knuckles are there. So you can see I'm not at risk of cutting anything. I've got the tip of the knife down, it's going down and cutting it onto the board, and I'm just cutting through. So now I have a foundation that's solid. It's not going to roll around. That's the first thing that you want to do. And then I can just start cutting around the carrot. Okay? So at this point, I have something that's square to rectangle, and I can cut some thin slices, planks. So same thing, I'm cutting through. And then you can stack these as you want. In time, you'll be able to grab it, and if you stack it too tall, it may slip, but I'm going to do singles today. Practice that at first. Again, I've got the claw down, I've got my fingernails, and I'm going to make some matchsticks, or this is a julienne cut as I go through. So now I have some nice even sticks. Use the back of the knife to scrape, because if you use your blade, you're going to dull it faster. The nice thing is these are Shun knives, and these are the Sora, these are the Premier, and Shun offers a lifetime guarantee on sharpening your knives. So same thing, I've got the claw, and then I'm cutting through. So then we have the nice little matchsticks, all fairly even. And these are about 1/8 of an inch. You can make them 1/4 inch, you can make them 1/2 inch. And then again, I've got them there, I've got my claw, got them even, and then I'm just cutting through. So this is a dice. And then a mince is basically an uneven dice. It's mixed texture. You might take something like this and you just want to use it, and you're just cutting it just to use it, and it's basically a rough cut. And you might just throw this into a soup or a broth that. So I'm going to clean this up, and then I'll show you a technique on onion. Again, you want to create a safe cutting space. And we're just going to cut the edge of the root off, just the smallest amount. Because if we cut too much off, the onion will start to fall apart, as you'll see. We're going to cut this end, discard that. Again, we now have a solid base. We're going to cut the onion in half. I'm going through and slicing. We're going to peel the onion and get all the skin off and any of the partially dry skin. So we want it to be real clean because we're going to use all of this. So your first cut, so solid base, the claw, we're just going to make 4 slices, and you're going to cut this back, but not all the way through, just to about here, and then the onion will stay together, and we're just going to cut about 3 cuts to here, and then we'll take the onion, and I'll put it this way. We're going to make some cuts here. We're not going to cut all the way back. And then you can have some nice even cuts. And then we're here again. So again, the claw, tip on the board. And that's all that's left of the onion. And then you have a nice dice on your onion. It's fast and it's safe. And those are some of the basics on the knife skills. It's just practice. Make sure you have a safe foundation. You're cutting that first. Make your matchsticks or your juliennes and then dice it to the size you want it. And then you've got a technique for an onion. And those basic knife skills, again, as I said in the beginning, will work for 90+% of what you do in the kitchen. And as you practice, make sure you're cutting and go slow at first and cut it correctly. And your speed will come in time. And just practice, practice, practice. So enjoy.